Sister Amy has not taken her full time. I'm supposed to begin at 6:35. So I'm grateful to a sister for giving me 3 minutes. I'm told by a parish priest to give some practical inputs. So I was just wondering and thinking to myself, the most impractical man is called to give some practical tips. And yet, being a religious and learning to be obedient, I obey Father James, and I'm here to give some few practical tips if there's at all a tip. But if not, I'll take it for myself. To begin with, I'm happy all of us are young. And also, you see, maybe first time in our parish, wherein only young sisters and young fathers are appointed. In the past, we have seniors who are not even able to walk properly. And yet, this time, interestingly, the sisters, the fathers, who are somehow young, maybe young and foolish too, but in age, also in experience, we are young. And yet, we are happy to be with the young people. And being a Salesian, I'm happy that young people are here this evening. During the Euro Cup, one of the players that created history and everyone was looking at him was none other than Lamine Yamal. You know who is he? The youngest Euro football player, Euro Cup. He was only 16 years old, and during the tournament, his birthday was there, and he just completed the 16th year, and he was going to the 17th year. A very young player. No, he did not become a player all of a sudden. He became a player, one of the best players, of course. He began his game when he was young. Again, these days, the Olympic is going on. Many of us may be spending time to watch Olympics. And others will also discuss a lot about Olympics. And Father James, our parish priest, is updating many things about the Olympic. And this Olympic game, the youngest player is 11 years old. The youngest Olympic player is 11 years old, and the youngest player was on a skateboard. He began this game when he was 5 years old. Began playing when he was 5 years old. Then the youngest player in the Olympic to get gold medal is alone from US. He is only 20 years old. 20 years old, and the youngest player to get gold medal is alone, and he played in the wrestling, and he won a gold medal. When I was little younger, first time in my life I participated in a debate. The theme of the debate was, or the motion was, do the works of God when you are young. The motion goes, do God's work when you are young. Against the motion would be, do not do God's work, or do not be a leader or church leader when you are young. So I happened to be in the motion, and we argued it beautifully, and we won the debate. And that debate, that reminds me, was, there were a number of the opponents who were saying, you began to do God's work or leader in the church when you are young, and you have done many foolish things. And some of the church members have refused to go even to church because of your inexperience or because we are too young. And the against emotion people also presented saying, look at the church leaders. Many of the church leaders were very thin, so they began doing God's work, social work, and they are hungry and thin looking. But we, the emotion, argued and said, we should begin to do God's work when we are young. We learn things by doing. We learn things by doing. And so, with that simple argument, we won. Dear young friends, today the motto for any organization, any club is catch them young. Catch them young. Catch when they are young. That's why you must have seen Father Romeo come into our parish, looking for young people to be trained in Salesian way of life. Train them when they are young. Having said few examples, I'm sure you have become aware of what I'm going to say. As I said, my point was give some practical inputs or practical tips. Before I give few tips, I also like to make few observances or some kind of suggestions as we are told to. As Sister Amy rightly said, our Zelengrong community is gifted with lots of things. Nature has gifted many things. And among the many things, one thing that I observe and like is the musical talent that is given to us. I happen to have said to a sister, the only sister among the Zelengrong community who does not know how to play a musical instrument is you. And that sister got shocked. And believe it or not, that made her to also reflect. And one point of time in her old age, not yet old, in her middle age, she began to practice music with a hand harmonium every day after lunch. And the one senior father who was in the community was taken up so much by that interest, gifted a hand harmonium and encouraged. And with that encouragement, she came to the church to play organ. She was practicing. Within a few days of practice, she came to play the church with beat. But there's only a few days of learning, and so the senior father told, your music was good, but if you play outside the church, it will be bad. But there is the only person who has come across in my life who has not learned or not given a musical talent. So, dear friends, you are all very talented in music. I'd like to, as suggestion, and I'd like to give only one suggestion, make this talent to glorify God and also make the seniors or elders to participate in liturgy better. I have been also in a number of parishes. There are a number of youth groups in the parish who would sit together on Sundays, and they are the one making the liturgy very lively. So that can be a suggestion if it is possible. So if possible, can make the elders and seniors to also participate in the liturgy meaningfully. So now going back to the tips, I have 7.5 minutes. I'd like to give few tips wherein as a Christian, as good Catholics, we can make others or become a better Christian and also help each other to be a better Catholic or Christian. The first point is be a good example for each other. Be a good example to each other. No, we are all friends. Nobody would like to give suggestions or correct each other. Therefore, by our good example, correct each other or be a shining example to each other. Secondly, be patient and kind. Be patient and kind. On this point, we tribals, we Nagas have these virtues in our life. We are not able to be patient and also tolerant or kind. Many of us have joined religious life or aspirant age to become a priest or nun. We at times lack patience. And one of the things that have taken away many religious vocations is not being patient or kind. Therefore, as young people as we are, learn to cultivate this virtue. Thirdly, reach out to others who are shunned by others. Must have come across in our life, there are a number of our friends who are put down by others because of something or other. But as Christians, as Catholics, reach out to this group of people. Reach out to this group of people. Jesus is a model. Jesus went about seeking the lost, and he was befriended with the outcasts, the prostitutes, and so on and so forth. So imitate Jesus in this virtue. Reach out to someone who is shunned by others. The fourth point, be able to take rejection or those with grace. All of us have experienced rejection. All of us have experienced some kind of negativity in our life. But accept them or take it with grace. The fifth tip, keep on studying your faith. Keep on studying your faith. Theology is being developed every day. Therefore, never stop learning about our faith, and especially as young as we are, learn something about our faith every day and strengthen our faith and also our friends. The sixth point, read Bible on a daily basis. The Word of God is there, found in the Bible, and that can inspire us, that can transform us, that can help us as Christians, as Catholics. And if you are able to read the Word of God on a daily basis, that will make a great change in our life. And if you are not able to read the Word of God daily, also go through some saints' life. Saints' life. Ignatius of Loyola became a founder of a religious congregation because he read the lives of saints and the Word of God. Seventh, pray as often as you can and go to church service regularly. I was surprised to see a number of us came to play volleyball games today, whom I have not seen in the church. And we all were strangers to each other. But I'm not saying you people, I know all of you, have seen all of you, met all of you. But let us also encourage or help these friends of ours who are not regular to the church also to come to church regularly. And then, third point, join or participate youth organization or youth group movements. By participating in this youth group or movement, you will never regret. Therefore, join and learn yourself, or you will learn many things by joining in it. Therefore, I'd like to encourage our parish youth also to be part of some youth movements or groups that are formed. The ninth, give back by volunteering your time. Give back by volunteering your time. Let us also be volunteers. As Sister rightly quoted the words of our Holy Father, be agents of change. As young people, to be agents of change, we can volunteer to go out of our way and be of help with someone who is in. Last but not least, share your faith with others too. All of us have experiences, positive as well as not negative. Share these experiences if you are able to strengthen the faith of your company. I wish all of you and all of us that we put some of these tips in our life and become a better Catholic, better Christian. Thank you.